Tesla's holiday update is finally here, and I'm hoping that today's video will be the last holiday update I cover without the vehicle, as the Tesla fund has just surpassed $25,000, so thank you to everyone for watching and supporting. Our goal is still to take delivery of a Tesla by the end of next year, hopefully sooner. But yeah, we got a pretty substantial update in my view, a lot of UI changes and new features. First is more of a toy box type feature, so Tesla calls it the light show, which means that even if you don't have a Model X, which has been capable of, dancing for years, your headlights will go at different variations and kind of dance to a song that can play outside of the boombox. And it should work on all Teslas now, which is pretty cool, so it's just one of those cutesy little look what my car can do things. But yeah, perfect for the holiday season. But by far the most noticeable change that I'm not entirely sure how I feel about is the new custom app launcher. So from these screen grabs people are posting, we can tell that Tesla has borrowed a lot from the Model S and X refresh UI. Like, the icons on the bottom of the screen are now more colorful. They're definitely not like the old icons at all, and they can be rearranged, and you can pick which apps you want to be accessible at all times versus which apps you're okay just kind of leaving in settings, and all kinds of configurations that control the car look a lot like the refresh Model S like tiles, and I could certainly see this taking some getting used to. I'm in favor of customization as a whole, but I think I kind of just preferred the minimalistic approach of the old menu bar at the bottom, just because they were monotone, they were simple and basic. I'm okay with being able to customize them, I just think it's the type of icons Tesla went with look a little dated in my view. I like that they're colorful, but they just kind of feel like a cheap Android skin, which I'm not super into. Maybe I just need to get used to it, but either way, controls should be more simplified now, especially during the charging sequence. All of that data has been kind of minimalized and brought to a more fresh and simplistic view, since Tesla doesn't really want you thinking about charging speed and all that. They just want you to plug in and go, and you don't have to think about it. Something I remember Elon talking about a long time ago, but they've finally added, is a blind spot camera. So this is an option. You don't have to turn it on if you don't want to, but now whenever you activate a blinker on the Tesla, it can show the perspective of whichever direction you're turning on the display, which I think could be very, very helpful, of course, for blind spots. And I'm confused as to why it took Tesla this long to add it, but I think it'll be certainly appreciated because you'll be able to get a much better angle at what's directly behind you whenever you're making a lane change. And it's awesome that Teslas didn't do that before, and now thanks to this new update, they can do that. It only took freaking like 10 years, but Tesla has finally added waypoints to the new operating system, and they can be rearranged, which before that was something people were noticing, was that you could add waypoints, but they were kind of having to be added backwards, which felt a little bizarre. So now that you can edit waypoints, you can rearrange which stops you want to make first. If you change your mind later and say, actually, we want to stop here first, having those little tabs should make it easy for you to just slide up priority at where you want to go. But man, did heck freeze over or what? Teslas finally have waypoints. Elon was bizarrely against it for so long. Now we can all have it. As far as updates to Tesla Theater go, now we have TikTok, which you can watch on a landscape display. It's a shame because TikTok probably would have worked best on the dated Model S and X screens that were vertical. But if you're a big TikTok fan, now you have another display to browse that on in case just the phone isn't doing it for you. Now you can watch a bunch of high schoolers dance and people endanger themselves with stupid challenges within your car infotainment system. Take that forward. Personally, I'm glad they're adding more to Tesla Theater, but there's still a long list of streaming services that I would love to see brought to the Tesla. They have Netflix, and they have Hulu, and they have Twitch and YouTube, and those are all great, but I would also love Paramount Plus or Discovery Plus or Peacock or, any number of streaming services still out there that have not been brought to Tesla Theater yet. It would also be cool if they somehow found a way to bring AirPlay to the display on your Tesla, so you could just cast whatever's on your phone onto the bigger screen. I know Roku's have added AirPlay, which they didn't originally, so just a little bit more compatibility between iOS and the car would be nice, but Apple and Tesla seemingly still kind of hate each other for no reason. But either way, another improvement to Tesla Theater overall. And we've got 3 new games added with the holiday update, which is pretty cool. Sonic the Hedgehog, which is awesome, and the Battle of Polytopia, which supports multiplayer now in Tesla Arcade, which is pretty cool, as well as an old classic Sudoku, which you can now play in your car. So I would say this is a pretty substantial update. Lots of new changes, lots of things I'm sure people will appreciate. It once again just shows how insanely far ahead Tesla is from everyone else, not to mention how efficient the cars are, how simple it is to charge them, and the number of superchargers you have available, and the fact that supercharging prices are far less than that of Electrify America, which I think not enough people know about. All of those things things are why Tesla demand is through the roof and why so many people are trying to buy one, and simultaneously, they're also really good at over-the-air updates. Like, other brands out there have really struggled to find a way to routinely and simply just add new features to the car over time, and it feels like Tesla has got that feature down better than anybody. And I do think that the technology of not just autopilot and the self-driving stuff, but just the general ease of use with the software is why so many people are comfortable with going with a Tesla, and we're not seeing as much crazy pent-up demand for all of the non-Tesla EVs in the world. So Tesla, I think, is just too good at their job, but either way, it certainly makes for a pretty awesome product, and I'm glad that they have these holiday updates every year. I can't wait to see what they add for next year's holiday update, and hopefully I'll be able to cover that in person. But just for the record, if you're wondering why your car has not gotten the holiday update yet, all of these software updates usually roll out in phases, so it's not like every single Tesla gets the update simultaneously. If you haven't gotten the notification yet that an update is ready, just sit tight. It will probably come out to you before Christmas. And once again, I just want to give a major shout out to everyone over on Patreon that's been helping grow the Tesla Fund so much. And of course, anybody just watching these videos is helping me a ton afford my dream car, which I'll use to cover content on this channel. And I'm already pretty excited that we should have less than a year to go. Thank you all for watching, and have a happy holidays. Take care.